around the corner, so tufunye omukisa okumanya ku mboozi ya Sandra Teta, twamufunyeeko okwongera okumanya atuwe genuine story abakyala bano abawasa baserebu bayita mu buvubo ki. Serebu akola video nga akola nga yemula n'akakazi kano ka vixen babiraba batye wakeera abaana babitunuulira. There is a lot to imagine, so let's get to and digest this conversation with Sandra Teta, then Masa Nina Irene Ntale tumuvaawo. Kawungezi ka leero ndina omukyala ow'amaanyi mu ggwanga, a celebrity wife. Sanyusa okulaba. I think first thing first, who is Sandra Teta?
I think there's a lot to Sandra Teta, but anyway, Sandra Teta is a mother, a wife. I used to do events, though I did pause because of kids right now. Yes, I was a host of different events, and I used to also organize. But though in Uganda, I last organized one in 2015 in Governor. But in Rwanda, I was doing well.
Sandra Teta sanga atya Weasel.
Era in the same line of work. Nari nina nights I used to host. So they used to come. We got to know each other from there. Techaliwo naye.
Casablanca avao. It was Casablanca?
No, it was not Casablanca. I never hosted anything in Casablanca. I didn't ku hideout.
Hideout. So yakola movie ya soka. Nagamba Teta wagwani.
Okay, we started.
I'm trying to imagine that first day, that first encounter.
It was just a simple encounter. He came in. I think that day he was with the brothers, Wanane Waja, for the night. So I welcomed 3 of them. Then we got acquainted there. Nasigaranga nayaja. The brothers don't come every day. Wairwa so kujencha palasa najaika with chameleon najaika. But we kept the friendship, and then from the friendship we started dating. Yeah.
Now what they have and
2 kids.
2 kids. Wow.
Yeah.
You were a strong woman. People commend you.
I tried.
Now,
thank you.
Mobi said when he lost his friend, you would clearly see he was so broken. How has it been like to live with him in those times, in those days?
Of course, you're like the backbone. Then Kwanga, he's broken, he's depressed. Olusina abantu chayagala abantu bategere akiraba mugwe because you're the one who stays with him. Or some frustrations as I want to because he has no one to tell it to. So it's not easy, but again, it's not something you can fight because of your process. You're not, you know. Yes. He has to pass through that process. Depression, na healing, and then life continues. Because at the end of the day, wadori mugenzi, but he has to learn to live with the pain. Because so it will ever go, but he has to learn to live with it.
When we saw terrible moment, it's all over. What really happened? What's the story behind that?
I choose not to talk about that story because it's personal, it's family oriented, and when whatever happened, I think the more involved partners in this thing, they were involved, we did what was right, and then it passed. So sagala kudayo the past. I'm just now more of what's coming next to Zawochi, because I believe even the media had enough time to talk about it with your actual opinion here. So at this point, your story, we close that chapter.
But how is it like to be with Weasel as a husband, for a husband? Especially when people say they are aggressive. Is it what we see? Is it true?
I don't think they're aggressive, but Chemanyu, it's because they're probably in everybody's face. So with your mind, opinion on how they are. Nefena ubusungu tubuyi na mtu wakora chota yagara na obera na ubusungu. Obachiro nchikunyiza, or you're disappointed in something. We all have our own reactions. So nabo bayineza we ng'abantu, but because they are celebrities chibajawombo nabo bayino acting ng'abantu, but at the end of the day they are people, so
what kind of people?
They're actually very kind people, very kind, very understanding, and they're always ready to give people chances. Kwanga in their kind of position, baita mu bantu banji, the upcoming artists, these are the people, journalists. So it's not easy to mingle around everyone like that, but they have their own way of going on with it. So we are much twaranga wa chirabe. But to me, I see kind people, I see very loving people, and very hardworking.
Tuina concert, gwe watuziza Weasel n'omugamba naye baby, why not?
No.
Bandaba, you're really on the front. You're pushing it. You're so supportive.
Okay, yeah, concert. We thought about it about last year and netujipanga, but we hadn't gotten the right timing. So when the right timing came, we jumped on the opportunity because honestly, it's about that time for Weasel to appear now stronger and better because it's been 6 years down the road when radio has passed on. So it's time for him to accept the pain, carry on the legacy. Kwangori ya mugenzi naye Weasel alina okucarryinga legacy, so wetugituwulira naffe tetumuyambye, but if we help him build the legacy hapa n'omugenzi asanyuka deep down alaba mbu kyeyalwanira oba naye kyeyateekamu amaanyi ge tekigenze nga naye bwagenze, because at the end of the day naye alina abaana that have to know about the dad's legacy. So wetugituwulira right now netugamba Weasel niwe atayimba, no, but he has to sing for himself, for his family and the family of the late, for the legacy to keep going. Kubanga era buli ayogera Weasel, radio has to be in the back of your mind. Yeah.
The media has learned to Weasel alina abaana abasukka mu 5. How true is this?
No, if he says I don't deny, well, abaana we bari, but aina katonda we yamusalirawo okubeera nabo, so that's not a point to discuss. Ye kasitakkiriza mbono we.
And how do you find this, such a statement as Teta?
But I'm not the first. Tewanzala na Weasel, he grew up now trying at different relationships. So if there are kids in those relationships, so achiza you at the end of the day.
I like this.
Yeah.
So you care? It doesn't bother you at all?
But why would it bother me? Omwana tadda yo at the end of the day, oyo mwana bamuzadde. So if you want to fight reality, obuli mukwerimba. So you accept, because kids are blessings. So well, that's why he gets his blessings, because kids katonda wako omwana amanye ekiddako. So
it doesn't scare you that some Cassandra Teta could be there, because these celebrities become prey to this oluusi ne bwaba tayagala oba because of the excitement bolinya ku stage, the girls idolize those men, okitegeera we become vulnerable. Tekikweraliikira nti oyinza okubeerayo.
It's not to brag, but kumyaka Weasel gyayimbi, I don't think China excitement.
Hey.
Yeah, Weasel has been singing for almost 20 years. So I don't think yeah, at the end of the day, ate akuze, he's 39 now, so I don't think the Weasel who was 20 something can act the Weasel that he was 39. We made an experience, no kukula and all that. So yeah, experience Ajirabe, because even if it's not in Uganda, he has performed on big stages, all that Abirabe. So I don't think a China excitement.
So you're contented, you trustworthy, jali aten omwesiga atena yakwesiga.
Yes, of course.
Weasel is with you now. They tell me you come from an elite family, very respectable.
Yes.
What is the opinion about you, and what was their first opinion without getting until now, moving out with Weasel? Were they supportive?
Well, it was 50-50. Okay, maybe in the whole family, there's also Chikola to be with a celebrity. And by that time, I think Weasel still had dreadlocks, you know.
You influenced the cutting off the hair?
I don't know, I was not even around. I was in Rwanda, so
but
maybe.
But during that time. Wow.
That's what he said, but
okay.
So, okay, first of all, it was a bit shaky for them. They were like, but Sandra, this and this is how you're going to handle, you know, public, you know, eye. With your mom, you know, story, you understand. So, and usually the parents put a lot of emphasis on the bad media. So they pressure, so they pressure you much. At the end of the day, it's your responsibility. What the public eye he's like this. So of course at the beginning it was shaky, but when they met him,
appreciate it.
yes, because of course he's the father of their grandchildren, so they have to accept it.
So you wasooka kuzaala?
No, it was all over the media when I was dating Weasel. So sasooka kuzaala bali bakimanyi, but when the time came eyokuzaala nayo nebaawo. So that's it.
Chameleon did the wedding. Weasel's not done. Palasa's not done. Are you settling for that, or do you plan to walk down the aisle with him at one point?
When the time comes, it will happen, you know. Because, of course, today I oyagala kubeera mu relationship ng'omanye nti ojja givaamu. Ate eyo tosobola baana, you know. But, of course, first things first. Let's first concentrate on Weasel's bringing him back. The real Weasel, for people, everybody to see the real Weasel. And the end of the day, ajakuba na ya healings and all that, and then we can look at. Just we still one things at a time, you know. Tuina concert this year, so at it we take him embaga. It will be too much. Then to see what next.
So by the look of things, is he back? Is he ready for this show?
Well, I would say one thing I'd say he never left. He just. He's just reviving his energy, you understand? Because
has he recovered it enough?
Of course he has. And then one thing I would say, abana Uganda, banafuyo omuntu, you know. When Weasel really needed the people, they put a lot of emphasis on showing him he's not gonna do anything, radio food day, to inachogendo kola, blah blah blah. Ngate munategera ne situation ye kenyini jari mumbu na ye kenyini tane tegera mbu. He's gonna go for a solo career, you know. Kwango ori ari against itaina chakola acha morninga muganda we ate bamupakusa I was releasing enyimba, you know. It was a bit hard on him, but era nga wenagambye umuntu abera mu public eye, he's open to everyone. Mwa mugamba kino criticizing kino, but when you look back, no tura mungato Weasel ziyarimo. They're not easy shoes to fit.
Exactly.
But slowly by slowly, na agenda abakakasa mpora.
I'm here to stay. I'm Jet Nero. I'm a giant. And he's a giant, by the way. Finally, Chemba de Neravide, you were wife to the Mayanja. What about the whole scenario? Yeah, Chameleon and the wife. How did you advise, and how are you seeing these things?
So abantu bakulu so advising kwanga Kamili mkulu kunze, you know. I respect him a lot. Kawene Daniel, I think I inexperienced more bufumbo kunsinga because she's been married for a long time than me. So my take would be like simanye chali bufumbo wa kwanga. Me by the time I even came to settle in Uganda, Daniela was no longer in the country. So stella what you're saying, because simanye chitufe chiriyo Daniela to a story and I Kamili tana tuwe. So I was taking aside, but all I always said, Daniela is entitled to her opinion because ya manyiche ya itamu. You understand? Sigenda mgamba neda no. That's why she speaks. So legend of Warigamba and I to a side of the story. Maybe we'll judge from there. But for now, see na change.
Does it raise the red flag for you? No, it's come no gama about Weasel nanga impisa. No, where are you kidding?
Well, so okay, because me and Weasel have been together for almost 6 years now. We're coming to 7. So
Mumanyi.
Sito ozamwali wachankwe to 6 years to stand up. I've seen him, he knows me, I know him. So Tewani red flags.
Being a brother-in-law.
He's actually very loving. Your Mutomo and support all the time. All of them actually Kabe Palaso, Kabe Chameleon, they're very supportive towards me. So Bagamba Chintu never advise on him, they're always there for me.